Oh, hello everybody. How is everyone? Well, how's everyone hanging in there today? Cool, yeah, I thought I'd do a little live stream just to catch up on what has happened overnight. We've obviously had a pretty major move down. We all are well aware of why that has happened because, well, we've woken up to a pretty big situation in the world. So, yeah, I wanted to do a live stream today, not so much looking for specific trades. I'm very interested to see what happens on the New York Open. I think that will give us a lot of information for what we can see over the rest of the day. I am considering trading it. Uh, However, I am in no rush to trade today. I don't really feel like I need to trade today. I'm just going to watch it, and if an opportunity presents itself, I will take a trade on that. We'll go over some general questions, anything anyone like if anyone wants to ask any questions or anything like that, then please do feel free. I'm not going to mention any of my thoughts or my opinions on any of the kind of political news events that are going on at the moment. We're not really going to mention that, of course. Like, there's not really any point. Like, whilst there was speculation about it, obviously we could have opinions, but I mean the situation's now pretty clear. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be something for the future once there's a bit more clarity on everything that's going on. But yeah, very simply, the charts were telling us yesterday that we were going to get this move. I think regardless of anything that's happened, it's this is what was likely. So we can go through some of the price action that we had yesterday. We can go through some, I guess, targets for today. We've had a trade today. I have taken a trade. So I have taken the trade from, if we just go on to the 5 minute chart here. I've taken the trade basically just coming back into the golden pocket, and I closed that at the VWAP. It was very simply just in and out, which is all I really want to be doing. I didn't get it on the first test, but once I started to see some absorption around this area, the fact that we also came in and we just came into basically where we had that little break up earlier. So we were holding this golden pocket region. It seemed pretty stable. We got that little bounce, and as soon as we came into that, I was like, yeah, done. Since then, just come back in, test the daily level, and it does look like we're going to get this move up. So I do think potentially as we go into the New York session, it would be quite nice if we can get a move up towards these highs. I do think then we're probably likely to see a retrace, especially during the early stages of New York. We'll see how it goes. We've obviously got the weekly level up here. We can pull our fibs. There will be confluence, I am sure, if we take it from this high down to this low. Then as you come above these highs, of course, that's where we get some confluence with our fib levels. And then we have our previous swing high, which is a long way up here, which was yesterday, which was crazy. So of course you can just pull a full fib from that and see how it goes, I guess. So yeah, let me just have a shout out to everyone in the chat. So PAP here as always seems to be the first person on the stream. Anthony, I hope you're doing well. Claude, Zatochi, I think that's right. P, Gertfucht, PP Overheat, French Bull is here, Alessio is here, LS80 is here, Matt is here, Linkus is here, DJ Switch Off is here, repping the Toros emojis. I always forget that we have this premium thing. If anyone wants to join up the premium YouTube as a bit of fun, then you can get these crazy emojis that DJ Switch Off has got. Vakiol, Eric's here, Polk van der Kleege is here, Kesha, Mark, Quinny, Trudu. We are all here. Cool. Welcome everyone. Yeah, so what should we go over? What should we start with? Should we start with yesterday's um, just this drop that we had yesterday. I could do this on the TPO because this was what we were trading off of. Now we did get a couple of nice trades yesterday. The issue is the last trade that was taken, unfortunately, never came into target, and I never got into a short, which is very annoying because I did want to get into a short, but I didn't. I didn't get into a short yesterday. I am still holding a small short from um, earlier, but I didn't take the short up. Well, did I? No, I didn't take the short from up here, and then I was looking basically a tiny bit higher. Just missed my my shorts from here, but we got a long in from what was yesterday's VWAP. So we came into VWAP here. Let's just move that on to this. We came into VWAP, we got the bounce up into a take profit region. I just took profit here based off of limit orders that were sat there on Binance. It wasn't anything too extreme. But it ended up just rolling over, and now we find ourselves all the way down at these lows. So this is where I took the trade. We got a little bounce off of that, but that was the last trade that I did take from yesterday. What happened after that is we lost this key 38 300 region, which was our single prints. Okay, so we'd created some single prints on the way up. We bounced off of like the top of them, the midpoint region, and then we fell through. And at that point, it was kind of carnage. We had that move all the way down to the previous day value area low, which you can see if we do zoom out here. So this basically being, again, anyone in the crew membership, you will be aware of the poor value area setup that we do have, which sets up the situation like this. So we had our open that was within value area, but we had a breakout above, created some excess up at the highs there. And as soon as we get caught back within a previous range or a previous value area, it just makes it extremely likely that you're going to run all the way through to the bottom. And then you're probably going to take that out as well, because this is not very strong. You break out above, you can't hold it, so it's like, okay, cool, well, if we're not going up, we got to go down, and that's what has happened. So, yeah, that's where we are. Unfortunately, it didn't take Monday's highs. That was one trade that I was looking at, so we didn't get that short off of Monday's highs, and we didn't get the short which I was looking at, which was the change of market structure coming into our point of control and our golden pocket region. So two trades, two short positions that unfortunately we were not able to get into yesterday. Again, I can show you this on Trading View. Which was basically, I wanted it to come up a little bit higher up here, but it just ended up like tapping into this and voila, death. But yeah, all is good. So, let's see what do we have in the chat. I got a nice cup of tea. Being very British, I got a nice cup of tea today. Having my tea, waiting for all this to blow over, which probably won't happen for a while, but we will see. Also, yeah, I finally got a haircut, so I finally chopped off my hair. Yeah. Kesha, what about the NPOC at 33,540? 33,540. Did we not come? Okay, we do have. Oh yeah. Of course, we've got the NPOC there. So we do have NPOC. I don't think this will load all the way back there. It will not. Let me load up another template. We've got. It's one of the luxuries ones. What is it? What is it? Oh, there we go. Load. Let's add a few more days onto this. Oh, I may have tried to load too many days. Blank screen for a second. Actually, I can just do this whilst it loads. We can open up this one. We can have a look at what is going on very locally, which is a little bit of a pullback. We've still got a quarter of an hour to go. Let's take this off of the super low time frames because this is printing too many candles. Let's just put it on a 5-minute chart. We'll have a look on the 5-minute chart. And then we'll go back over here. Yes, so we do have this MPOC coming in down at these lows. Let's just change this to 50 tick because it's quite a high time frame. And yeah, so we do have, where were you saying the MPOC? Is that lining up with what I've got? Where is it? Wait, someone just commented. 33,540. So yes, we do have around that region. Yeah, 33,600 to 33,540 kind of region. So that is our NPOC from here. Okay, so there it is. 33.6, give or take a little bit. You start to get some volume around 33,700 and you come down all the way to like 33,500. So depending on your exchange, depending on your tick size, that can be slightly different. There's a possibility that we could come down there. I think if we do, I would look to trade it, obviously. However, I would be at that point probably expecting the lows to get taken. But we'll see. We'll see how it gets on. If we do come to that point, that would be a nice little scalpy region. I would expect that to be defended. The other thing that's quite interesting here is just looking at the volume profile from today, and we do seem to have increasing volume and increasing interest up at the top of this range currently. So there's a big void to fill here, and you see this, and if you see this on the TPO and you see it on the volume profile, it kind of gives a bit of strength. To say that, okay, this is building. People are just chasing the bid up at the moment, which they are in a way. We are in this little mini uptrend, so we can see if we could get that move up, like actually up to weekly value area low or something, or up to this previous point of control from way back over here. Could be interesting. So you got some nice little levels on here to be aware of, but let's not get carried away because of everything that's going on. I think it's highly likely we do see more downside, and then that probably just fills out the rest of this as well. So yeah. All right. What do you reckon on S&P 500 opening in a few minutes? Yeah, we'll check that out. So we've got about 13 minutes until the New York session opens. We're obviously going to gap down. So we'll take a look at the S&P in just a second. Let me just go through a couple of other questions if there's something I can answer before that. Coinboss, Luke, can you explain how you trade trapped traders? I have a whole playbook update, a whole strategy for that in the crew. So we do have, I don't know if you're on the membership or anything like that. If you are part of the crew, we do have a strategy that is called the Trapped Traders Strategy. So that is how to identify where trapped traders might be, where they may be caught on the wrong side of the trade. So, I mean, can we quickly find any that might be wrong? Let's put it onto a 30-minute chart. In fact, you have heavy shorts within this region here. So you could say if we do get this move down, which actually we've seen, where you've got like negative delta below, that does indicate trap traders. I mean, there's not a lot. You've probably got longs up at the highs here that potentially are on the wrong side of things. Nothing really screaming out as being super clear, at least on this chart. Ideally, you want to see them during a breakout. So you'll have trapped long positions. You like to see them like midway through a move. So if we do see when we had that breakdown, I mean, this is, I'm very briefly going over this. Delta profile. Here. 36,300. There was probably an attempt at some absorption around there. Failed. not absorption, but like market buying around there, which failed. So obviously, if this has been buying and not profit taking, then if we do get a move up into that region, it's quite likely 36,300 we would see that get rejected because you got a decent bit of buying volume within that area. But yeah, that's very brief. That doesn't actually explain the strategy, and that's basically the weekly level. Okay. Uh, so yeah, we do have a whole strategy on that. Also, I did see Nicola. You asked, do you have a scalping strategy? Yes, I have many. I have many. We have about like all my trades start off as scalps. Basically, we're always just looking low time frames for entries, and then the higher time frames they can always roll over on into. But yeah, most of my trades are intraday scalp slash day trades. I'll take a swing trade every few months or every few weeks. So yeah, we got like 14 currently, I think, different like specific strategies for that at the moment. Using things like VWAPs, using points of control, using your value areas, using all sorts of stuff. Stratch, we also have a weekly MPOC at 32,175 in case of the swing failure pattern. Yes, we do. Yeah. VAP. Yeah. Last time I got asked to look at gold, I looked at silver and I gave the wrong chart. So yeah, I mean I can look at that. Let's go. We've got 10 minutes to go on until the New York Open. Johnny M. Cool. I'll take payment to tell people where my position entries are. I'm always trapped. Yeah. All right. Ah, nice cup of tea. So, this is what we were looking for yesterday. We were looking for the swing failure pattern of the lows from the 24th of January. It never happened, okay? So we never got that. There was the potential for it. It was like, no, 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 we're not going to get back above. That was poor. A really, really poor showing uh, from the S&P 500 as it took out these lows, like no reaction whatsoever. And obviously, after that, we had all the rumors that there was going to be a 4 a.m. invasion, blah, blah, blah. And then the actual news came out, and then we're here. Uh, what we're seeing at the moment on here, I mean, you're going to have divergences building clearly. So 30-minute chart, I mean, we've not taken out the lows. I think that can still happen, but you're obviously going to get divergences building down at these lows. I do think we're going to see a relief rally at some point. We can see the VWAPs holding it down. So session VWAP, down it goes. We're going to see the SPX gap down. Wow, about 100 point. No. Yes. Yes, 100 points. So we will see a gap down to like here. So this will present a pretty massive move, right? That's kind of big. So let's just put that on the chart. Let's place our gap on the chart. We do have a gap right there, which will be there as we open. And then on the macro, like if we're actually looking at this support itself, I mean, you've taken out quite a lot of stops. So what this has done is you've continued this market structure change. Okay, so we had this highs, lows, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows market structure change, taking out all of this. And it's really, really simple. Like the way that the S&P has traded has been so simple. Okay, you come back into your 618 and now you're getting continuation down. So, I mean, that's resistance, right? We came up into resistance, it rejected at the resistance, double top at the highs, and then you're looking at further move down. So we're going to be taking out another 1, 2 sets of lows. We've also got further liquidity down here, and we do have this gap that we do need to be aware of. I'm not like saying Obviously, we're going to get that straight away. But there is 40,019 to be aware of. So that's another 100 points down. We're looking at like midpoint between there and there. That basically being the main like little breakaway region that's on the chart that hasn't yet been back tested. So we'll see how it goes. Like there's confidence there. In order to add like anything else, I mean, you've not really got support until down here, like actual proper support. So if like everything really does, if we do like get proper carnage, that's going to take like months, 6 months to a year or multi-year kind of thing to play out, then you'd say that you're looking down at the like mid 3,000s and ultimately probably to take out that low if we do go into a depression kind of thing. But yeah, you just trade it level by level, right? I mean, if we go down there, we go down there and everything becomes very cheap, which is great if you've got money to exploit it afterwards. So keep trading that, and then you'll have money to buy those dips when they come. So certainly not a bad thing. I wouldn't mind it. Well, I've no, I would mind it because that's really bad for most people in the world. Uh, yeah. So let's see. We're going to open like here. If we do, I did see someone mention the 1-to-1, so that might bring us into this region down here. So if we are going A, B, C, D, look at that. Whee, there's our 1-to-1. So if we do continue, this is an A, B, C, D. And we have, as this would just be a standard correction. All right, so you come into your 618, you're looking down to your 1.618. There you go. There's an ABCD correction on the S&P 500. Very simple. When could we expect to see that? If we do a time-based ABC, we're looking at actually this is breaking down on the 1. Let's pull this to the 2. There you go. There's some nice symmetry on that. So around mid-March, maybe 4,000 points on the S&P 500 is reasonable. So that would take us down into actually this is really nice confluence, right? Sorry, I know this is going to be painful, and this will probably lead Bitcoin down below 30K if it happens, because I don't really see how Bitcoin or crypto would, if we do get actually no, I'm lying. If we do get only another 100 points moved to the downside, how far is Bitcoin down today? I'm just thinking as I'm going along. So ignore my rambling. I am thinking. So that actually is a really nice plan for the S&P. Don't be scared. If it happens, it happens. On Bitcoin, what would that mean? I mean, we're down here. And Bitcoin compared to the SPX is holding a higher low, whereas the SPX is crashing. So, I mean, yeah, it could take you down to this weekly level. It could take you down to that MPOC that we've got all the way down here. It could take out these lows. It could, yeah, you're not looking at, you'd have to see the SPX like really crash, I think, and you'd have to see that correlation continue if we're going to get like to 27K, 23K targets. I think we'd probably get a bounce before then. Then probably come down here afterwards, because at some point there'll be a relief rally, and it would be very much like Bitcoin, just to get everyone super bearish, expecting the lows down here. So expecting all this to get taken out, expecting 27, 23. You'll hear 27K and 23K repeated millions and millions and millions of times as long as we're in a downtrend. That's always going to be the targets. Those are the main levels. 27K, 23K. Put them in your head. If we get there, we get there. Until then, it doesn't matter. But yeah, maybe it bounces or something like this. Who knows? I'm just gonna go, yeah, level by level. 1 minute until the New York Open. So let me see. Let me finish off my cup of tea. Done. And let me go on to, let's just watch the SPX. Where does it open? It will gap down 100 points. Here it comes, down here. Any moment. You guys are going to see this way before you, on the chart, way before I see it. Way before you see it on my stream, you'll see it on your chart. But I mean, we're going to gap down here, which has probably already happened for you guys because of the delay. I must have said that like, come on, come on, where are you? There you are. There it is. There he is. Reset chart. And immediately we move down. So, I mean, that's. And then we move up. Where's the gap? So this is the target, right? This is what we're aiming for. It's yeah, and then either one of these is what we're aiming for today. We're literally right in the middle. I mean, if I did pull like a fixed range from here, we are absolutely bang on the midpoint of these two little gaps that we've got on the chart. So it's there. New York session is open. We'll see what the first few candles bring, and let's just watch Bitcoin. No particular movement as of yet. Oh, this is the 30-minute chart. We're actually moving up. Let's go on to this one. Let's have a look at nothing particularly like interesting coming in. You actually had some quite so this just before the open. That's 15 minutes ago. So we've been very stable for the last 15 minutes. We've not really seen anyone. Everyone's just been waiting for this open. So we are getting that move up. Are we going to see any big orders coming in? I've not got the DOM meter on here. Let's look on this. Here's like a local VWAP that's actually bringing price up. So we are getting that move up. Let's see if we can take out the highs. We're getting some big buys coming in, $1 million plus. So we could have a short opportunity if this does get a move up on the open. You want to see whatever the first move usually is of the session, then you can fade that. So this is the first move that we've had of the session. So we are seeing a move higher, and we are aiming for these highs. We're probably aiming for the highs from earlier on today. There goes. So you basically run price up in order to sell. This is probably what we're seeing. So you've got to be careful. Weekly level is here. We do know the confluence that is within this region. So you do not want to be buying a breakout here. We've come right into this little local golden pocket. So this is not breaking out. You've got big excess on the highs. And usually, okay, we're in a bearish. Today is bearish. Um, there's like, although we've been up since I've been awake and I've taken a couple of long trades, you don't really want to be in that. You've got excess at the highs. You've taken out these highs. You've come into your golden pocket region. You've not quite reached that weekly. You've got excess up there. Usually when this happens, prices run up early in order to sell. And then that's when, that's when you see another move to the downside. So we'll see how that goes. You've clearly got some big excess up to these highs. So that's a big old wick there, even on like a 1 minute chart. See if it can continue. But yeah, you don't want to be buying that. Definitely not. Let's come back onto the trend rev. And look at the volume there. Like, no, this is the bug. This is EXO being buggy. I thought they'd fix that. Never mind. Let's just go on to Minute chart. Delta profile. Yeah, possibly some trap positions up at these highs. Let's look at the bid ask. Did we have a lot of zeros on the? Oh, we did. So yeah, this what you'd say is basically when you get this move and you see all these zeros up at the highs, that's like basically like a completed auction kind of thing. So you've ran price up, you've found where the supply is in effect, and then you've been able to fill some short positions, and then you can run it back down. So we'll see if it can get back up into this area, but that looks like a pretty significant high on the day so far. That is quite a lot of quite a big imbalance on those highs. Let me load back up the TPO. This one. That is not a TPO chart. What am I doing? Taurus TPO. That is clearly not a TPO. Eh? Session TPO? That'll do. That's a daily one, but that'll do. Yeah, less information than I usually have on here. Swing failure pattern of London session and then dump replay of yesterday. Yeah, we did have that. Did we get the SFP yesterday during New York? I don't think we did. I think we just this was before the session. So this was like the pre-market, the cash market. No, the pre-market. What am I talking about? Yeah, as we hit New York, we were at the daily point of control here yesterday, and it was chopping around, and it was just like, no, I'm not going to go any higher. If we look at what happened yesterday, it was similar, but it happened an hour earlier. I need my. Okay, we're still here. Yeah, yesterday we came right into that POC. This was the POC at the time, yeah. That's it. We came right into that. We're holding above, and I was like, oh, yeah, it looks like we're going to take out the highs. And then it just, no. It didn't. And then the POC moved down, and then it crashed. Jealous. Um, I use the Bybit chart, so I trade on Bybit again. So yeah, just had a question asking if I use the Bybit or the Binance chart. So I don't. Yeah, I trade on Bybit. That is the best exchange. If anyone does not already trade on Bybit, then pardon me. If anyone does not already trade on Bybit, then I would recommend it. So whilst we're just hovering around here at this midpoint of our high to low, this could be a good opportunity, I guess, to show the website. So yeah, anyone who is new, who has not watched one of the videos before, please do check out tauruscrypto.com. It is linked in the description below. It is also just on here, so do go check out tauruscrypto.com, and you can you can, if you would like to trade on Bybit, then you can get 10% off your market fees, and you can get 4,000 up to 4,800 in bonuses. Not 4,100. This is 4,800 now. So there is a big banner up at the top, and you can also learn more about everything we do. We have a free Discord community. We have the Taurus crew. We have all of our YouTube videos on here and partnerships and so on. So, yeah, do go check that out. I would recommend Bybit as the exchange to trade on because it is a good exchange. There we go. That is done. Back on to EXO. And we're not moving. Um, Apparently we filled a gap on the SPX on open. Let me have a look at that. So if we do look left, this little one. Yes, there's this little one here. It's tiny, but we do have it. Is it there on the daily? There it is. Actually, that's kind of nice, right? Oh, wow. That literally opened right on it. So we did have that tiny, tiny, tiny little gap. Mini thing. That is what we've just tapped. So that's kind of cool. Well done for pointing that out. Who was it that pointed that out? Was it Delirium that pointed it out? Yes, it was. Delirium, well spotted. So yeah, 4115.69. We did fill that little gap. We do have the other one down below us. So should we see? What do we think? Everyone type. Do we think we'll fill the gap up first or the gap down first? Type your vote, whether it will be up or down. Are we going to fill up gap or down gap first on the SPX? We are going to fill one of them at some point, so which one is going to be hit? We have an up, we have one down, we have another down, another up, another down, another down, another down, an up, up only, down, up, down, down, down. How long will this keep going on for? Up. I think that's pretty even, right? Down, up, 50-50, up, 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 down, up. Okay, I think ups are slightly in the lead. Greg says sideways forever. I won't do a survey, it's all good. Yeah, we'll stay here forever. This is just where we're going to be. I think the ups have slightly won that one, just about. So yeah, that would be nice. I mean, if we did bang, bang, reverse, that would be awesome. I would be very, very happy with that. So we'll get a little bit of a relief rally going on. We hit the gap to the upside, we hit the gap to the downside, we fill those inefficiencies, and we pump it back to new all-time highs. Because I don't know. We maybe will pump it back up to all-time highs afterwards. Everyone's going to get so bearish if we come below 4,000. It would be crazy. I would go with the ups. Like I would like to see that, and then I'd like to see the market structure change after that. So let's see. There's definitely shorts that can be squeezed today, and that would take us back just to basically back to these highs up here, and then yeah, something like that. Woo. Yeah. And at that point, if we do, if we come up to this gap, it's like again, you don't really want to be buying that. What's Bitcoin doing? Yeah, Bitcoin's still pulling back from that little bit of excess we did have at the highs. So this looks pretty safe now. You'd say if you manage to get into a short position from here, uh, it doesn't look too much like it's in danger. Why is that there? I don't know what that is. Oh no, what have I done? There we go. Whoop. Let's have a look at trading night. On Binance, it didn't take the highs, did it? Did it on FTX? Yeah. You got a little bit of buying going on down here. I'm really interested to see what Bitfinex are doing now. So are Bitfinex trying to support this? They are a little bit. Let me just put this back onto normal candles. It's just being held. It's just being held here. There's not a huge amount going on. Um, we do obviously have a lot more support. This is like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and like actually thousands of Bitcoin being bought at limit as we come through this region here. So we're looking at like quite a lot of Bitcoin being bought down here. Actually, maybe not thousands. What are we looking at? I mean, that's a lot of, yeah, probably actually, yeah, thousands. I haven't figured it all out. If we do go on to non-HD and we look at those walls, yeah, so you're looking at thousands of Bitcoin being bought here on Bitfinex. We are also looking at an attempt to hold walls being put up. That's quite a lot, right? You got 400 Bitcoin buy wall going on in here. You got all these sellers on Binance, but that's thinning. That's thinning out. So it's been held down to prevent possibly the New York session being able to get up any higher. That's thinning out. So we could still see a move up. That would have been a nice short opportunity, but we have already taken out some lows. If we do go back onto the 1 minute chart, okay, we've fully retraced all of that move. So as we got the New York Open, we did come up here. You could have got a short position. You take out those lows, you trap some shorts at the bottom, and then you reverse it again. So quite a nice little bit of movement to start the session here. We'll see. Google, big single print block. Yes, yes, we do have these single prints above us. So of course, if we do, we have just come into that region. So like be aware we have already come into the single prints. If we were to fill that, that would be up towards our initial balance low. So basically we had our initial balance this morning. Then as soon as that like broke, we had a big move to the downside. So, oh God, I'm really slouching on my chair. Ugh. Here is your IB. I will add our initial balance on here. Huh? There it is. We actually came to that like third extension on the initial balance on the way down. So there was your high and your low for the day. You came up into the midpoint. This is really quite nice. There we go. There's two loaded. This is really, this is really interesting. I hadn't. This has been working so well the past few days, right? So here's your initial balance. Okay, forms your high and your low for the day. You come in. You just test the lows. Take out those. Acts as support. Come into your midpoint. There's your resistance. This is probably VWAP as well. No, just above VWAP. So you come into your midpoint of the current session. You reject. You come down, 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 down. Obviously, you could. There was no reaction off of any of these. You'd have to be looking for a reaction and acceptance back there. Then you get a bounce from the second extension of the initial balance, and then you get a bounce from the third down there, and we're just kind of hovering around here. So this has been working quite well. It did the same yesterday, and it did the same the day before. So if we do go back, yes. So if we do go back to yesterday, okay, here was your initial balance that got formed, your high and your low of the day. We can see highs, highs, lows, lows, working really nicely. Lows, so you get bounces off of pretty much every single level. The day before that, there's your initial balance. There's your extension. There's another one. There's another one. You go back to the previous day before that. I think it's the last 3 days that this has worked well. But no, actually, last 4 days. So again, you have, yeah, initial balances are great. Really, really powerful tool to use. And so simple. Let me get rid of all those lines and markers on the chart. Have I done everything? Are we? There we go. Clean that up. Okay. DXY pumping, gold pulling back. Not particularly surprising because I mean the overnight moves on both the dollar and gold. Like gold was up, dollar was down overnight. I think, wasn't it? Dollar was down overnight. Uh, oh no, dollar was up. Dollar was down when we started to get a bit of news. Yeah, it's at resistance. So DXY is at resistance until this breaks. You're looking at a possible double top here on the dollar index. Maybe it comes and takes these highs. Maybe hit the 1-to-1 or something on here. I don't know if how technical this would be trading. But if you come up here on the DXY, let me anchor that right. Take out those highs, get a pullback. That would be all right. And then on gold, because people have asked me about gold for a bit. Gold just, yeah, gold ran like a load of, took out all this. And now you're pulling back from that level. So I mean, yeah, pretty much pretty straightforward. You get an excess at the highs like you got on Bitcoin. I guess oil's probably pulling back as well. Yep. Cool. You have Apple gapping down below the lows and getting a nice move up. You got what else is big? Tesla. Tesla continuing on with this little bit of a channel. You got Facebook still dumping. We got some Coinbase earnings coming up. Nice. PayPal wrecked. PayPal's almost at. I'm so interested to buy PayPal at this monthly, just around this monthly level down here. Been waiting for this for so long. Like just literally this big old range that it could trade. Be so cool if it does. How are the alts doing? Is there anything at all that is up today? No. Dot stopped out. Yeah, this is unfortunate. So I have hit stop loss on dot. How's Luna doing? Luna was showing nice strength yesterday. Oh man. Ah, should have got that on Luna. That was a yeah. Damn it. So Luna's really nice to trade at the moment. You got really high volatility on Luna. That's about the one altcoin that's really nice to trade. Yeah, okay. Cool. I don't know what else there is to cover here. Come on, everyone, smash up the likes. We've only got like 50 likes on this video. So let's try and get that back like up to 100. Please, that would be very, very nice. Let's try and get the likes up to 100. I'm probably going to wrap things up in a minute. I've been streaming for 1 hour now. So I will wrap it up soon. But please do smash the like button. Please do subscribe if you have not done so already. And please do check out tauruscrypto.com if you would like to learn any more about what we do and any of that kind of stuff. But mainly, like, subscribe, join the Discord, all of those kind of things. We like it when people do that. Daddy Turtle, where do you usually set your stop loss? I mean, it completely depends on what trade it is. So, yeah, I do not set a stop loss the same every time. Whatever trade I take, there'll be an invalidation for that trade. I will monitor what the price does, and then if it does not do what I want it to do, I will close the trade. I don't really tend to place hard stop losses unless I need to go out, or unless I've hit take profit one, and then I just place a stop loss at break even for the rest of it. Milky Gamer, how would you trade the last 15 minutes on BTC, the 1 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute charts, super choppy PA? I mean, rewind 15 minutes or rewind half an hour because I basically told you. Yeah, rewind half an hour and you'll see how I would have traded that. I haven't taken trades during the session, but I mean, everything I've kind of called, right? Yeah. Um, there was excess up at the highs. That was a very simple short to take. You take out the highs from the day. You create imbalances up at those highs. What happens after that point? You create those imbalances. You have that immediate pullback. You have that excess. That's a short. Fairly simple. We were expecting the market to open with some chop like this. You come down here, you take out the lows from the day. So this is when we opened. You had then again a lot of selling imbalances at the lows, and we were saying at the time this was looking like it was getting absorbed down here, and now we've got that move back up. At this point, I think I would. At this point, I don't know. The short and the long would have been relatively straightforward, or at least short and take profit. Um, now, now we're sideways. I would favor more up and then down again, more chop. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. But for the moves that we've had previously, I mean, that was fairly straightforward. Let's have a look. Do we think it's going to go up or down next? I'm not seeing anything on here. We've done that. We've done that. There's no clues right now. There's no edge as to whether this is going to continue higher or not. It's just chopping back and forth. So this is why if you're on any trade and you're in profit, you take profit here because it's sideways. You can't trust what it's going to do in either direction. It's basically 50-50. I mean, we'll get an idea soon of what it's going to do. You're getting more buying. I'd say edging towards the upside, but then you're going to have trouble when you come up here. So I mean, if we do come up towards like 35,830, 35,840 region, that's going to be an issue. Um, and then if you come down towards like 35,330, that's where you're going to be looking at holding support. So I mean, do we get a move up here and then a move down here and we start to just coil in for an hour or so? I don't know. But yeah, right now, next move, I'd say favoring a move to the upside, up at least until kind of here. This is where you have some just very, very local support and, I mean, very, very local resistance. And then basically beyond this point is where you've got some local support. And then obviously taking out the highs and the lows. Oh, yeah, SPX is still moving up. So we're like halfway, I mean, we're probably only about like 40% of the way to where it needs to be in order to get that gap fill. It's very unlikely that it will get that straight away. You're probably going to do this, you're going to run out of steam, roll over, and then maybe it comes and gets it later and then comes down here afterwards. It'd be quite surprising if it just grinds its way all the way up here and then rejects, but we'll see. Fine. Yeah, that 1 hour order block would be pretty good again, runner. So you do have that little 1 hour AB. I'm also looking, yeah, just the weekly level, very simply, and this low. So you just have support, which like it's been doing this the whole way down. So yeah, if you come up into the OB, then I mean that's a short. But what have we been doing? Like this would be pretty obvious. You've got weekly level plus previous support potentially turning into resistance. What did it do yesterday? Okay, you have support, which then turns into resistance. Before that, you never even came back up to test. So yeah, could we just be seeing this as another, you have a little range, you break down, you form a range here, you break down, you form a range here. Get back above here into those OBs. If it does do that, I would actually then be looking at support within that region. And then you could look for higher prices. Yeah. Cool. Anyway, I'm going to call it there. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. We're only at 70 likes. That's a shame. Anyone who has not liked the video, please do like the video / stream. If you have not done so already. Yeah, I think that's it. Geordie, I'm wrapping up now, so I'm not gonna, I haven't really looked at altcoins today. I'm not interested in them. I did have a very quick look, but I don't think I actually said anything based on it. And yeah, the only altcoin I really looked at was Luna. But yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone. I will